Very curious to see if this is good. I hope it is. I would like to see, like, Fentanyl Bear versus Cocaine Bear. I mean, Cocaine Bear will just win because of, like... Oh, good god.
A letter for me? I never receive letters.
Is this the voice actress for Mary... Is this the voice actress for... Nancy Drew? Yeah. Okay. Are we playing? We're actually just playing Nancy Drew now. The hidden Nancy Drew game. Um, it's from John Doe, Hospital Wildburger, Winter Lake, Blackwood Island. I'm 80 years old, but I voice teens. Yeah. Hey, Baron, we're playing a Nancy Lake after CK3 crashed. It's Caroline Walker. Okay. Oh my god, I think this is just a Nancy Drew like. See, that's Nancy and that's Bess.
It's been 2 weeks since I received that letter from the Wildburger Hospital. Since then, I haven't been fine. I can't get out of my head the image of those little girls. I can't sleep. And when I am able to fall asleep, it's only to dream horrible nightmares. I need to know what's going on. What's the meaning of all of this? I'm going to the Wildburger Hospital in hopes of finding some answers about this strange photo. I need to know what's going on.
So there's a second game for this coming out in like 2 months. And like why were we knocked out and taken to the private restroom? Uh 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 Okay. We'll briefly turn off the stream there. You can hear the noises going on. Oh boy, this is horrifying. Okay, this is just worse without noise. Okay, so there was a breathing tube in her esophagus, which made that noise. Um, she's currently getting out of the bathtub where they stole her eye. There's no proof. All right, we're dressed again. I let me look at the rating of this game. I mean, it's rated 75 on Metacritic. That's not what I need to know, though. Uh, it it's not. Oh, there it is, nudity. I guess I should have looked at that tag. Survival horror, horror, puzzle, Action. What are the similar games? The similar games are The Last of Us, The Last of Us, Remnant, and Signalis. So it's not a porn game. Pixar, it didn't happen. Alright. I didn't think I'd have to pull this out, but we're getting our security beaver. We're returning to Monkey in more ways than one. Alright. It's literally the 5th tag. You think I read any of the tags? Alright. We have our sensor beaver ready and raring to go. The test is to see if Max owns it. Max does not own the game. I'm gonna do a sound adjustment again. I'm gonna turn the music even further down. I'm gonna turn sound effects up, because I think voice is part of sound effect, and she was very quiet in that cutscene. Okay. Then it's not porn. Alright, we've passed the sniff test, and you know what? I shouldn't have said it was the sniff test. Respirators and oscilloscopes. What did they do to me? And as you can see, she has no eye now. Honestly, like, the zombie doctors here are really good if, like, she didn't even feel the fact that she didn't have an eye. Oh god, what have they done to me? Who could have done such a horrible thing to me? Why? I have a feeling I should be playing this with a controller. Let me just activate that real quick. Oh god, why is this so long? I think it is tank controls. Or it feels like it. Oh no. It is if you use Wasad. That's interesting to have tank controls available if you're not using a controller. Yeah, I guess we'll go back to a controller. Or we'll go back to the keyboard then. William Wildberger's diary. Today is the happiest day of my life. After all the suffering we have endured the past few years, Maria, my beloved wife, has blessed me with 2 beautiful angels. But there's more. You know what, I have to read this in Shadow the Hedgehog voice. Today is the happiest day of my life. After all the suffering we have endured the past few years, Maria, my beautiful wife, has blessed me with 2 beautiful angels. But there's more. After all this time, she has returned to me. She looked at me with her eyes wide, as if she had not seen me in years, like she was waking up from a dream. That's not all. Something odd happened when I checked my watch to find the exact time at which the first baby, Emma, was born. As I opened the lid, the glass cracked, and the hands utterly stopped. Boy, welly, him, boy, welly. So that's where Maria went after Silent Hill 2. Bro, well, I figured it was like from 70 years ago. I do not think this event to have some other meaning or other. I am not a superstitious man, but Maria insists that it is a sign. She has started using the hour as her lucky number and uses it for everything. Well, that sure isn't ominous at all. Alright, do not let the shadows embrace you. We don't have a map. Alright, instructional sheet. Oh, that's true. We can use... Oh, that's fair. I did not think about that. We're gonna go back to controller, I think. And we will use... I don't know, that... I do like how they have kind of like very, like, you want to use tank controls? Use the thumbstick. You want to be a Chad? Or you want to use cuck controls? Use the thumbstick. You want to use Chad controls? Use the other thing. Alright, back. Plus, it's nice because you can use the thumbstick when you're in the other menu. Alright. Resources, costume A, files. I'm curious if this is going to be like Silent Hill where it like changes. Yeah, we're gonna brute force that. Padlock is holding it in place. An old pocket watch. There's a latch on the crown. An old photograph of two young twins. Oh, and it's, what is that? 7... No, it's, 12:35. It'll be Resident Evil 5. And Wesker shows up. Please, no. Why do we need the padlock? Summon TARDIS with wire space. Is this Doctor Who? And that's the old wrench. Jaw size is adjustable. Why is this a mechanic? 7 minutes. 7 minutes is all I can spare. Alright. How do I run? It said X. Controller. X is run. It is not responding to X. A is interact, B is cancel. I prefer that. You know what? I don't think I can run on keyboard yet either. No, I can. Interesting. Alright, so... Do not let the shadows embrace you. What does that mean? No X is formerly... the artist formerly known as Twitter. Okay. Examine. We need to go... like that. Okay, video game. Right, examine. We need small man mode. After we get small man mode, we use it, and then we can open the door. We've escaped from the bathroom. Truly the most important thing to do in any video game involving horror. Said do not let the darkness embrace you, so we won't go into the darkness. So presumably this hospital was working as of, like, the 2010s, given, like, the posters. Oh, God. And I'm deeply sad that we have no method. We have no method to look at a map quite yet, and I'm quite desperately hoping that we get something along those lines in the nearest future. So I always love a good Resident Evil game because, like, they're so incredibly cheesy. And that, and, like, I think there's a certain enjoyment, like, the people who made the game had when they made it initially, because, like, that's a penis. I don't... An alien mummy and a wasp. Wesker was dead serious? Yeah, Wesker eventually became dead serious, but he was a goofball eventually. 3-pixel penis shut down the stream. Alright, we have to go wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. Okay. So... The waiting room is attached to the main hall, which is where we entered. We came in through there, we got knocked out there. We didn't try and go into the dentist's room. Reported for lewds, please no. I'm being sent to the Shadow Realm for having a 3-pixel genitalia on screen. Yeah, like, Resident Evil is indeed serious at times. Wait till the photo room and it's all nudes. Oh god, no. Patient report. Dr. William Wildberger, since the patient's health is extremely delicate and the transfer could worsen their condition, I would advise against transferring them to the new hospital. The patient has cardiac insufficiency and requires an immediate transplant. The patient passed away at 11:34 due to cardiac arrest. At the time of their death, they were holding onto a metal object. With the rapid onset of rigor mortis, have been unable to remove it from their hand. The assembly of the 17th century dildo puzzle looks great too. What do you mean the 17th century dildo puzzle? Please don't tell me that's a real thing. Clip of nails can be used with a nailer. Honestly, this game has it. Oh, fuck that shit. This game actually has it right with the camera angles. You know, a little jump scare here or there. We have no means to defend ourselves, so that's like a subtle way to be like, hey, doofus, don't go there unless you're prepared, so we'll not go there yet until we're told to either defend ourselves or have a mechanism to defend ourselves, or, you know, have something else. So, honestly, plus points to the game so far. The angles go any more Dutch, they'll be underwater. I mean, you're not wrong. Okay, so we were in the private restroom. How do we access the map? I see. So red isn't places we haven't been. Oh, you know what? It might be places where we haven't gotten all items yet. We'll do a snifter of the room one more time. Oh, we have a happy little toilet there, you know. They just stole Resi? Well, you see, Strudel, they haven't done a Resi that started in the hospital yet. We do have to consider, like, if we do have to go through and, like, have... if we do have to go through in, like, Cinematic Universe, or CK3, like, are we going to eliminate the Dutch from the timeline? I don't like the fact that we have a nailer. Okay. The Nightmare, painted by Henry Fuseli in 1781, depicts a woman in deep sleep with demonic incubus crouched on her chest. This reaction is amazing. It almost looks like a recreation. It said reaction, right? No, it did say recreation. It almost looks like the original. We're gonna nail these degenerates to a cross. Oh, this music. I don't like this music. Oh. I will say kudos to them on the music. It is inspiring a sense of great dread in me. I'm gonna assume this is a safe room because of the music. But we can't have power on yet because we don't have any of the resources. I'm gonna guess we save based off of tape? What type of... Is that just, like, audio tape? Or the... you know what, I'm just... We might just have an autosave system and I don't realize it. Use record information. No, it is our save system. Medical books, nothing useful. We have heroin. Treats minor injuries. Yes. Morphine is the perfect way to treat minor injuries. Alright, we will save here. Oh, just such a waste. Alright. We're in the examination room now. We cannot get into the main hall because it is electro-locked. I don't know what red means quite yet. I suspect it is because there's an item in there, or there's a puzzle we have not finished solving. We will save.
An old magnetophone. It looks like it works. Recording my progress might be useful if anything happens to me. My name is Caroline Walker. I came to Wildberger Mansion seeking information about 2 girls in a photograph I received in the mail a couple of weeks ago. The last thing I remember before losing consciousness was arriving at the hospital and entering the mansion's main hall. I remember pain and then nothing. I woke up sometime later connected to a ventilation machine.
I mean, Kitty, you're gonna be chill about everything if you have a heroin and or morphine and or a fentanyl needle in your arm ready to go.
And my eye had been removed. Why? Why would someone do such a thing?
Wait, who's that one guy with the golden eye in, Yu-Gi-Oh? Are we going to be turned into a Yu-Gi-Oh character as part of this?
I don't know what the hell is going on in this place, but I need answers. Every time I close my eyes, I see those girls. Am I going insane?
No, not GoldenEye James Bond. I mean the Pegasus, presumably, like, God. Pegasus. Yu-Gi-Oh! I guess we'll just have a gif of him. This guy. Alright, I guess it doesn't work if it's a gif. Alright. What was that? Now it's a WebP! Actually, I think I can bring in a WebP to, the streams, that's fine. Alright, this one. This guy. CK3 crashed Baz, so now we're playing We Have Resident Evil at Home, and it might be the best Resident Evil... Like, it's already starting off strong than any other Resident Evil game made in the last decade. God, I need to rewatch Yu-Gi-Oh! No, I don't, but, you know. Yeah, honestly, this is giving... I mean, 2 and 4... Or 2 and, 3 were fine. Also, yeah, this is a Nancy Drew game as well. It's a Nancy Drew Resident Evil game. According to the latest archaeological discoveries in the Winter Lake Island, the Trizmoot tribe resided on the island for more than 500 years before being discovered by European settlers. Proof of this is an ancient underground cemetery found deep inside of a cavern on the island shore dating from the 10th century. More than 286 skeletons belonging to 10-year-old children have been unearthed so far in the underground cemetery. All the bones were buried in pairs, and experts suspect that these were twins buried together. Alright, I am checking Discord, Strudel. What have you done? I have a feeling it's going to be me saying perfectly understandable. Alright, I trust you.
My turn, Yugi boy. I knew you would, Yugi.
You know what? I can already feel what aura we're going in for this stream, so you know what? We're just going ham. So this is the guy I'm thinking of.
Yugi boy. I knew you would, Yugi boy. Yugi boy, Yugi boy. Whatever you say, Yugi boy. Yugi boy, Yugi boy. Yugi boy.
So, this is the world we're slowly going to be devolving into. It's either going to be that, or we slowly devolve into Nancy Drew turning into like a Eldritchian monster. And yet, I'm sure you can carbon date the bones, because like we can definitely do that with forensic science, if I recall correctly. Nancy girl, Nancy girl. Yeah. Not even Safety Beaver can protect from Nancy. Listen, I don't believe Nancy Drew has faced a shotgun. A sapient beaver with a shotgun. The one thing that can defeat Nancy Drew. Nancy Amadeus Drew. Nad. Alright, so... I like the subtle game design things here. So, like... if I were to guess correctly, you missed the first scene being the main character naked in the bath. You did miss that. I had to mute the stream, and I had to shut down the view of the stream, and then after she made a lot of gagging and choking noises after being naked in the bath, I had to then mute the stream until that scene finished. Well, I mean, like, they had a dude run by. So that indicates to me that if that's not just a spooky scare, we're gonna get into combat. So I saved first rather than did anything else. And I suspect if I run, I will be summoned more quickly, the monsters. And I don't want to be summoned by the monsters. I don't want monster summoning. Okay, you know what? Just because it's David Cage level of subtle doesn't mean anything. You know, David Cage is an artist beyond his time. Granted, his time was like 1900. We're not gonna worry about it. No, but like... Surely this isn't a game. It is a game alpha. It's actually an adequate Resi-like. Allegedly. And see, the game signaled to me adequately that we're going to be fighting a monster. So I should probably save or I'm going to die. You know what?
What the hell is going on here?
My child, you are pale. What happened to you?
A person in a wheelchair with knives in his hands was chasing me.
Oh, it's you. Don't you remember me? I'm the town priest. We met here in the chapel only a couple of days ago.
What? I'm sorry. I don't remember
Sorry.
you. I certainly don't remember coming here before.
Are there priests in all of the Nancy Drew games? Further confirming the theory that this is Nancy Drew 5? Well, he does his lines better than this. Thank you.
I see. Perhaps I'm mistaken. I'm old and get confused every now and again.
What is going on here, Father? Where is everybody?
Honestly, this is the type of priest you want to bring to the apocalypse. Like, he looks like he's ready to bring a beer, crack it open, and like, my children, we're here gathered together to talk about the devil being some little bitch. Or what have you. Granted more northern rather than southern.
The patients and the hospital personnel have been transferred to the new hospital in town. This old mansion has been left pretty much abandoned.
Why are all the lights off? I don't like this.
Anything could be lurking and... How do I do a Nancy Drew voice? I need to be huskier. Anything could be lurking... No, that's seductive. Anything could be lurking in the dark.
I feel the same. Something evil is happening here. Something wicked that hides in the shadows.
Is there a way to turn on the lights?
The old generator has been playing up. It happens sometimes. Go to the end of the hall and through the door that leads to the generator room. You can restore the power from there.
I see. I'll do that.
Like, I see. I'll do that. No.
Take this with you. It's not much, but it might be useful. It's dangerous to walk around the mansion unarmed.
Thank you, Father, but what are you going to do without a weapon?
I have an AK-47, child.
My child, with a Bible in my hand, God protects me.
I really hope the priest doesn't just randomly die. That would make me very mad. I would be okay if he's a surprise villain. Like, I totally went to Stanford and I know how to do quantum physics. So, like, you know. I hope, yeah, he's obviously a white mage. Oh, baby. Screw the nailer. Give me the crowbar. Alright, how do I attack? Oh, hell yeah. We have the power of God and enemy on our side. Alright, I need to look at something now. Activate the security beaver. Beaver security. No, that's President Shack. You know what? We'll have President Shack be keeping company for the security beaver. Alright. Can I do this? Alright, thank God. You know what? I like the idea of us pretending this is like Resident Evil 4 with like, or Metal Gear Solid with President Shack here. So you were gonna keep President Shack as our like resident evil man. What is it, to act as control?
I came here looking for information about the two girls in this photograph.
I see. What do you want to know about them?
Leon!
Anything, really. I was hoping to find some leads around here.
I don't know what you're looking for, but I can tell you these girls are no longer with us. There was an incident some decades ago where they disappeared, never to be found again.
That sounds terrifying.
Indeed, if you want more details, you could try the mansion library. I'm sure you'll find something there.
Thank you, Father. Take care.
Honestly, Kitty, this is more indication that this is Nancy Drew. Do you think Nancy Drew would be stopped by losing an eye? No, she would be more emboldened and probably start becoming like Giga Chad and murdering people in order to get the truth and steal her eye back from whatever foul beast. Oh boy. Yeah, basically she was knocked out at the very beginning of the game, was stripped naked, had a breathing tube shoved down her throat, and had her eye removed rather than her kidneys. These are definitely not radiation suits, Lassie. These are like, I should know. I thought that was something else, but those probably are AMBC suits. Leon would just grow a new eye. Well, as we've learned from Jake, and actually Lucky for playing the game, Leon's a tyrant. Oh my god, it actually works how it should work. That's amazing. Take the morphine, leave the cannoli. Oh, God. Maintenance crew logbook. There's an issue with the electric generator. The pressure of the gas must be exact for it to ignite. The correct pressure is written on the control panel. Not gas. Oh, God, we're in Quebec. Inject the morphine into the cannoli and eat it. Valve is missing. Great. Are we going to go onto an isekai adventure and have to return to the past in order to regain our view of the future? Because this totally feels like we're about to fight someone in here. We're currently in the generator room, which I'm gonna guess we have to go repeatedly back to the generator room. We do keep a map of multiple floors? No. Can I just take the map? No. Oh, I can. It was slightly further ahead. My bad. Okay. So we need 10 kilograms per centimeter. So honestly, who do we think we're going to have in this game? I feel the priest is Barry. Like, is Wesker going to come in? Wesker will probably be like the local sheriff. This is in Canada. Specifically, Winter Lake, Blackwood Island, Canada. Dusseldorf. I mean, that's fair. But I don't think the game is that well situated. Oh. We did it! What a delightfully easy puzzle. And it doesn't work. Alright. Do all of them need to be turned on? Well, I mean, if that didn't wake up the monster, my running won't wake up the monster. 10 kilograms per centimeter. 10 kilograms per centimeter. Do we need it to go to 9 kilograms per centimeter now? Engage the brain welly? No, I refuse. I'll learn how to read. Pressured gas must be exact for ignite. The correct pressure is written on the control panel. Oh, that is an excellent point. So... Look at the back seating. I mean, it very well could also not be correct. Didn't even get through one puzzle. I feel it's only backseating, though, if we knew what the game was ahead of time. And I don't think anybody knows what the hell this game is. No, Welly, this was obvious. Do we have the puzzle counter ready? No. No, we don't have the timer puzzle. We can be prepared for the puzzle timer at any given time. The time is not yet now, though. I wanna... Can we kill...
You may find what you're looking for in the library.
How can I find the library?
It's on the second floor of the East Wing. Take the stairs in the main hall. Oh, you'll need to unlock the door in the waiting room.
Thank you. Take care, Father.
Oh. That actually worked. Baz, I need your spirit, brother. Much as we once slayed zombies by stomping on them, we shall beat a wheelchair zombie to death with a crowbar. I think this guy's immortal, actually. Oh no, never mind. It's a comedy. Oh, this game is goofy. Locked from the other side. You're beating a disabled man. Alright. I would like you... I would posit... Okay. My suspicion is correct regarding the darkness. I would posit to you that if you were to address Cotton Hill as a disabled man, he would beat the ever-loving shit out of you. And as such, just because the zombie doesn't have legs, his guns are hog. Furthermore, he's on nitrous, so he's literally just doping. He would be banned from the Olympics due to his abuse of performance-enhancing drugs. And you know what? If you can't trust a zombie to be able to visit the Olympics, like, what are we gonna do here? Bane in a wheelchair? Yeah. What is it? He's a genetic... No, not genetic. What's that thing that Adam Jensen is? He never asked for this? The zombie also didn't ask for this. X-ray room. That's where we met the priest. The morgue we can't access. Alright, we shall go up. Oh, haha, you're not gonna trick me like this game. So, I would suspect that we're actually going to see reality be torn asunder by something. I don't know what that something is, but I'm always curious to see, like, why... the whys of what's leading to a zombambo apocalypse. Judith beheading Holofernes, painted by Caravaggio in 1602. It depicts Judith beheading the Syrian general Holofernes in his tent after charming him. The recreation of Caravaggio's work is outstanding. It almost looks like the original. I don't know why I'm talking like that. It just felt right at the time, Baz. And you know what? You always do what feels right in the moment, and you'll never do wrong. Unless you do wrong. Need me a girl who'll do this to me? My brain don't work good, that is true. See, we got more lore. I was terrified of what William would do when he finally saw my naked skin, but my fears were unfounded. He accepted me, even with the scars on my back left by my father's whip. William asked me why he did it, of course. I explained the pain was to redeem my sins. William will never look at my father in the same way again. Okay. That's not... It's not ideal. Alright. Wait, we can go into the nursing room now. I do not hear monsters with the babbies, so it should still be fine. Nope. It's 1963, not 1863, Strudel. The nurses told me... Lucas Houston. The nurses told me that a lamp was malfunctioning in the maternity ward. When I turned on the lights, I could see that one of those bulbs in the lot wall was indeed flickering. As I was getting ready to change it, a man came out of nowhere and grabbed me by the shoulders, pushing me with a strength unimaginable for someone his age. He told me not to touch it. I didn't want to argue with him, so I simply left. I can't stop thinking about it. Why did that old man prevent me from touching it? I should check it out. In the maternity ward. So do not touch the lamp in the maternity ward. There is no lamp malfunctioning, however, in the maternity ward. So what did the video game mean by this? Are the lights gonna suddenly turn off? That would make sense. Various medicines. Full of various medicines. Oh, this is the guy who died. Why are they operating on a corpse in the maternity ward? Oh, and that's the light they said not to fix. The water's switched off. Well, I mean, it's da-da-da, which is S. But one long pulse doesn't mean anything, right? Oh, that's why they said not to touch it. Oh, and I hate... It's either SOS or it's... Okay. Morse Code Dictionary. Oh god, it does mean something. So what is triple dot long? Triple dot long is 4. One long by itself is T, actually. However, dot dot dot... No, that's 4. 4 and 1 long. No, it's 3. No, it's 3. What? ST? I think the corpse has an STD, and the nurse is just too embarrassed to fully reveal that knowledge, because it's ST. Badwelly? Well, I'm looking at the math right here. Let me activate this so y'all... As we return to the knowledge of reality in the Merriam-Webster's dictionary... Green man. Look. Dot 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 S. And then... long. ST. Unless you want it to count as 2, then it's M. SM. Which means he's in the S and M, which means we have a pervert on the table here, and we shouldn't do anything with him. It's honestly a matter of pick your poison. He certainly has. Alright, so let us, oh, God. His chest was left open in the middle of a procedure, and the heart is missing. So presumably, we need his heart in to complete the electrical circuit. Well, or we do that. Yeah. Presumably, we need his heart in to more complete the electrical circuit, which will cause his arm to bing the bong. Alright, so we're going to continue exploring this level. Also, why are you bad-welling me, Strudel? Just perform heart transplant surgery. I mean, this is a Resident Evil, so, you know, like, rather than playing a piano, in this game, we're going to, in fact, play the heartstrings of a man who has been left a monk. Okay, what else do you propose we put in there? Because it's a meme video game, and meme video game usually doesn't have firm logic in the other thing. The other thing? We put heroin in him? We could put a padlock in his heart. It's not wrong. It is about heart size in terms of, like, length. Alright, you're right, Strudel. We'll try putting the padlock in. Actually, do we want to beat the guy? Because I have a feeling this is going to be like Resi, where we don't want to battle anyone. Or avoid battling people as much as possible. We can't get into the dentist room. We have no reason to go into the private restroom. Don't waste good heroin. This is true. I can't tell if the man is getting closer or not. It's wheelchair season. It's wabbit season. No, it's wheelchair season. It's wabbit season. Oh, it's... Oh, God. I don't know how to do that joke without it being horrifying. A brown leather jacket with blue jeans. I mean, I feel that's more practical than our current outfit, so I will change us into that outfit. See, now we're prepared for the adventure rather than... whatever the hell this is. A flowery skirt and a black leather jacket. Though the midriff does not provide as much armor as I would like. Plus we have a nice saddlebag now. Or... satchel? You have a nice satchel? And it's still red in here, which leads to my suspicion not being realized. Oh, hey there, buddy. Oh, the wheelchair was a... Oh my god. The wheelchair actually made him weaker. Oh my god. Okay. I definitely should have seen that coming. I was doing the same strategy and hoping it yielded different results, Rusty. Results. I was in fact wrong. Alright, well we know what to do now, so that's fine. Have information about the tribe. Which tells me this is going to be like Resident Evil, where I am going to want to fight the enemy. This will determine whether or not I have a criticism regarding the game. I did die. I tried to face tank the man who was not in his wheelchair, and in fact, the wheelchair did make the zombie weaker. The game being a very rude chap about that.
What? What? Why are I think?
Oh no, don't get me wrong, that guy didn't have legs.
And thank you. I came here looking
I see.
anything. That's thank you, Father.
It's like, yeah, no. Because the wheelchair was knocking him over whenever we punched him earlier, he was unable to achieve his full power of just locking into the ground and murdering me. But you know what? Fair shout. So all that means is we have to nail the dudes on the ground and... je ne sais quoi... we can crowbar the dudes not on the ground, which works with me. We'll verify if the puzzle is still correct. Kilton kilograms per centimeter of pipe. And honestly, that is my guess. Is what it's supposed to represent, is like 10 kilograms per length. Which still isn't a pressure, but what I think they're trying to represent here, which is fair, I guess? But... why can we turn it off? No, it's fine as it is now. It just means that we weren't expected to die there because you were probably expected to run away, which is fine. When you're not reading everything, the segment is very short. Plus we have no reason to go down the hallway where our, floor-bound friend is. Alright, so it's truly not plugged in and just, like, not active.
You may have...
How can I find...
Oh yeah, that priest is also an alcoholic. Look at how red his nose is. Alright, so left trigger, X. And I should have been dodging as well, which is my bad. I need to get... we'll try and practice it after we find another tape, and, did we just get a panty shot there? Or was that just the skirt? Did we just do it perfectly the first time? You'll get canceled for beating up disabled people? I mean... there are many things I've said and done, Lizard, that would probably warrant me getting canceled on stream. So you know what? Let's just keep stacking up the incidents here. I mean, half of the things we talk about in Crusader Kings, he loved it so much he did it again. Ugh. I'm not that evil. I was the good guy in Crusader Kings 3. I shall not fall for the classic blunder. I had no idea what was this game about, man. Don't put that evil on me. I am very badly wounded, though. That doll is indeed creepy. Please give me more heroin, video game. Ooh. Alright. I think we found the other heroine in the maternity ward. Oh. We need to put a plastic heart in the other guy. Interesting. We'll need a specific tool to get in there. And I'm hoping the dentist room doesn't have any guys. Yeah, Nancy is oh god. Oh god. Oh god. I think this game is a lot harder than I expected. So, yeah. This game is actually not just, like, easy. This is, like, proper, like, you're playing a video game. Learn how to play the game, you cuck. Okay. Which means this is actually, like, classic Resi. I kind of wish I took the save later so I could practice more closely. It was correct about us... It was correct regarding us... I don't like learning either, Commissar. I don't like learning either. Alright. Well...
Why are...
Wait.
I came here look... anything.
Indeed, if you...
Thank you, Father.
Grab that guy. Alright. So... hopefully, we will redo the success of the Prime timeline. The Amazon Prime timeline, that is. And actually do the wheelchair battle with no hits. So I no longer shame my dynasty. And then we'll go about from there. I really am kind of concerned why you would need a radiation suit in a display here. Because, like, X-rays don't give you that much radiation if you're not in the X-ray, right? Because I know they can be a bit spooky if you are... Actually, no, that's not even correct. 3 Rontgen, you say? No problem. Just 3 Rontgen. They're building nukes. Oh! See, I like stuff like this. It rewards you for actually looking around. The 3rd time I look at a map, 4th time even when we think about it, I decided to look at the back to see if it says anything, and that has me deeply worried about other stuff I might be missing. It does reward you with a tutorial, but it's also not the only way you can access the map. Where I could just go into the menu and access the map if I wanted. Which is neato. I have a feeling we're going to be going in multiple dimensions or needing to have the lights on or off. No. Not the Slav walk. Never the Slav walk. Okay. Yeah, it is. It gives an indication of what they want to do with the game. Just like combat isn't like easy combat, which is what I was kind of expecting because we just did a perfect run the first time with killing the guy in the wheelchair. So, instead, we're going to be in for a rough time, which is fine if we're going for a Resi-like. It means I'll actually be using ranged combat more so than anything. And I'm going to guess the thing that we learn about in the underground is, in fact, that we go into the morgue, and I hope there's no monsters in the morgue, otherwise I'll be very sad. But I definitely need more heroin. Oh, where did I get my second dose of heroin? I thought I found 2 doses of heroin. Why? Why will the game not give me my heroin? Oh, and that's how we get... Yeah, I understand now. Water switched off, that's switched off. Beating up disabled people and shooting up heroin? I mean, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. You know, it was a real little room. I don't like that this is called Little Room. Because nor is it on the basement map. Alright. I am ready to run. That music, man. Alright, we'll go down. Was I correct about my guess that we're gonna go to a different dimension? Oh my god, I was right. Now we're gonna get sucked in. Please don't suck me in. No. Oh, hell no. Alright, so this is kind of an intimation I got in looking at the game. Is it's not just Resident Evil we're copying off of. It's Silent Hill, which has me deeply, deeply, deeply concerned now. Oh, I think I'm gonna be a coward playing this game. That is true, it's probably the heroin kicking in. And yeah, it's the Thaden side of the reality. We'll take a quick kip up to the maternity ward and then head straight down. Oh. Nope. Nope. That's a big NO from me, buddy. Okay. Well, the good news about that is we have acquired some heroin of, excellent taste. So now we can actually, fight a little bit. We have a nice photo about breastfeeding there, because, you know, in a hospital like this... Oh, of course, in a hospital like this, you want to think about that. Oh boy. That certainly is true. Alright. You know what, no. I'm not going over there. Now... we wait until Mr. Man comes into view. I need to be more judicious about our ammo usage as well. Because the... Covered in blood. God, it reeks. I don't dare lift the sheet. Old files, nothing interesting. Not plugged in. Nothing here. I don't want to use the other save yet, but I kind of need to do the other save. How much ammo we got? 2 full clips. Okay. I mean, yeah, $5,000 a month in Quebec does sound about right. So the reason for that save is now we can practice. think I might actually go off of tank controls here because, like... I actually need to control really well. And I'm bad at combat in games like this. I'm not too proud to deny it. Jesus. Alright. Load game. So this will be the big tell of the game. Oh, thank God I didn't respawn. Because that was my problem in Kingdom Hearts 2. Which I don't know why I addressed, Nope. There's a way you can work around them to get some good killing in. Okay. X-ray images. More nails. Are those autoclaves? Like, I don't know why you would have an oscilloscope in a hospital, because it's normally used to check electromagnetic signals. Because, like, I guess an EKG is a specialty oscilloscope in a sense, because that's monitoring heart pulses? Or is that not? Not a big medical science person, so I am uncertain about all the terms. Now I am quite baffled. We'll look at the diary again. 17th September 1941. As I crept quietly behind my father, the clock struck 1:30 a.m. I saw him enter the mausoleum after placing 3 elements of some kind of board. He went through quietly. I followed him at a distance, trying not to make a sound, for I did not want to be caught. At Mother's tomb, my father sank to his knees and rested his hand upon the gold-sculpted marble figure of his wife. He began praying. I felt guilty following him, seeing the cold and calculating man this way moved me. I was about to leave when Father stood up and approached the angel statue. Mother's marble tomb moved slowly to the side and exposed a narrow staircase leading into darkness. He climbed down the stairs. I hesitated for a moment, my legs not wanting to make another step, but was able to stand and follow him down. Once inside, I heard metallic sounds and the echo of running water. A few moments later, I bumped into a ladder. I climbed down and found myself in a long stone tunnel covered in pipes and sewage. I saw Father's silhouette turning a corner and hurriedly followed. Before me appeared a huge metallic door and a group of men wearing strange suits like those worn to protect from radioactivity. Each carried a giant hammer. My father joined the group, and they received him by hitting the hammers together. A hospital bed on each side of the group carried what appeared to be the bodies covered in sheets. My father put on one of the disturbing suits. In my frightened stupor, I loosened the brick from the wall. It smashed against the floor with the sound of 1,000 buildings crashing down. I could feel their eyes turn to me as I fled back the way I had come, their guttural voices screaming to catch me as they hit their hammers on the ground. It's not very poggers. Hell yeah, dog, that's a Hoi 4 reference. We're actually in, like, this is what Canada meant by the send in the zombies focus. Now, my suspicion here is actually proved incorrect. No, it is correct. Alright, bam. So then we combine... Oh, now we'll examine. Alright, so there's nothing in there. Anything in this guy? No. So we'll combine the two. Get a full heart. And then we'll put a heart in. And then we can electrocute the guy. And then he'll become big boy. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to do. Other than be cautious. We know better now how to fight against the knight. Well, I mean, FDR zombie man wasn't doing too hot. And you know what? He served his nation well. Wait, what do we do here then? He served his nation well already by defeating the Nazis with the... Oh no, I have a suspicion here. We need to change reality in the other dimension. Ooh. Like, as we all know, in the famous documentary, FDR, American Badass? FDR American something. He defeated the Nazis by having Albert Einstein create a mecha wheelchair, and then proceeded to, you know, oh god. We have a very small combat arena this time. Wrong caution, so I need to be mindful of that. Jesus, that blood acid is really effective. Alright. FDR defeated the Nazis by having the mecha wheelchair fully armed and activated, and then proceeded to fight Werewolf Hitler, Werewolf Mussolini, and Werewolf Hirohito, or was it Tojo in the film? I don't recall. One of them inside of the Hitler Dome and save the day. Einstein was building the time machine. You can multitask in science. How do you know that, in fact, you don't need advanced wheelchair technology in order to fully arm and activate a time machine? And the enemies do have a proper pattern. So actually, I wanna... I reload. Load game. So if my suspicion is correct, that means that we will have... Basically, we want to bait the ground guys into acifying the world. Let them scream, and then you do the thing. Dude, they do the hit. They do that. Alright, so we'll do that. Come on, buckaroo. You're trying to get battle XP. We're just okay. Listen, we're doing a Subaru. We're doing a Natsuki Subaru, and we're returning by death. This is us presumably killing ourselves with the crowbar in the video game right now. And now, we've returned by death, and we're going to, like, fully figure out how to fight the disabled people of this hospital. See, we're showing that we're truly not ableist by believing that they're capable of beating the shit out of us. So they need to be deeper into the animation of, or is it like random chance? Take some heroin. I think it is just random chance. But I mean, with each, like, iteration of the timeline, we become more powerful. You know, see, I think Commissar Kitty's actually correct. This isn't the FDR American Badass timeline, this is the Red Alert timeline, and we have merely, you know, as part of removing the eye of our body, we have had a integral time machine put in us. Which is truly the important information we need in order to fight the future zombies that are going to... or not future zombies, future Nazis. That are totally in this hospital. Because you know what? Who else researches nonsense like... whatever the hell these are? They're trying to get their own heroin fix. No, they already have their nitrous oxide heroin inside of their sheet. Their sheets of doom. Are these zombies extremists? No, they're not extremists, they're radicals. Alright, we'll try this one more time. I think I have the pattern down. One of my favorite lines of Code Geass, at the beginning at least, is... right as they're, like, executing, like, 5,000 people. Some guy's like, "What are you doing? You're monsters! Are you some kind of radical?" Oh, good God. That is true. I mean, honestly, I think we're save scumming as much as you would in a Nancy Drew game, from what I've seen of Fish and everyone playing. So it just fits the timeline even better. Yeah, I mean, you're also 100% there. Given the fact that, like, we have demon dimension nonsense, why not just have, like, I don't know, inner timey-wimey nonsense in there as well. I really don't know what we need to do to trigger the, don't say disabled animation, but basically where they're on the ground. Like that, because, like, that's the key to us defeating these guys while taking minimal health damage. But the problem is, I don't know how to do it reliably. What's funny is I'm basically just treating this like Dark Souls now. Alright, so... Is it getting around them? I think it is just getting around them. Well, that would just make me incredibly silly for not seeing this sooner. Though I'm sure many of you here are like, yes, Wellington, you're an incredibly silly person. So this is the obvious outcome, and I don't know why you didn't see it earlier. Well, that's entirely a fair point. Straw man person I've just constructed in my head. Run around. So wait until that happens. Is there a straw man in... No, I think Scarecrow's in the room with me right now. So the area I need to be doing this at is the corpse needs to be fully upright, and then go from there. I don't know why I'm saying corpse. I guess it is legally a corpse when you think about it. Grab the heroin. So honestly, it's the head screaming animation that kind of gets me a little bit wonky there. I mean, it's still technically a straw man. It's just like you're not paranoid if they're actually out to get you. It's still a straw man. Well, I guess that is kind of self-defeating because the point is this. Okay, I see your point here, but I still stand by the point. It is still legally a straw man that I'm constructing of an arbitrary, like a statistically relevant chat member. Statistically representative? When does Genghis Khan show up? I'm pretty sure Genghis Khan is the creature they've hinted, which is Big Chungus with the hammer. Or maybe that's like, if we think of like Genghis Khan as like the Demon King in this anime we call life. Maybe, maybe. I really wish I understood how this works. Demon King so Frieren defeated Genghis Khan. Frieren and Himmel, the drunkard and the dwarf, all together defeated Genghis Khan. Yeah, no, we're gonna say this time loop's a little scuff there. Anything else we can learn in this time loop? It still says there's stuff in the pharmacy, though I don't entirely believe that. I desire to have my more sensible outfit here. And we will require our black tar heroin. So, hello, Goka. So, the reason why I keep iterating through time loops like this in order to basically try and build up my combat, like, muscle here is I'm semi-confident that what is going on is we're going to eventually fall to a point where we're going to want to have wished we kept our ammunition for our shitty gun, and instead we'll be forced to be using goofy stuff, which I want to avoid. Yep. Oh, so this is Resident Evil we have at home, Goka, and it's actually much better than that kind of name implies. Oh, but I need to figure out that creature's patterns because it's driving me up the wall. I forgot we had President Shack. All right. We begin our day by dosing on heroin, which is the favorite fruit of the enterprising whatever the hell we are. Junior detective? I guess since it's Nancy, it's senior detective. I need to make sure to run around in a... I don't want to say anti-clockwise because that seems incorrect. So if its head is facing this way, I need to run around... what is that? Clockwise rather than anti-clockwise. Clockwise will put me into his fist because they only attack from one direction. All right. We are learning with Natsuki Subaru, come Nancy Drew, come Canadian girl who had her eyes ripped out by Archdemon Felicity, who is that bitch from the popular crowd, as we all know. Alright. So... I need to learn how to better... I need to learn how to better deal with these guys when I have no space to fight. So that's the one situation where I'm faltering, because I rely too much on running around them. And if you rely too much on running around, bad. So I guess I need to learn how to dodge properly? And it's the... when it rears up to do vomiting on me, that's the part that I'm having the most difficulty with, I say as I die against the basic bitch. Ah. Why? Probably doesn't help that I'm 7.5 hours into a stream, doing a full day's work. Don't know why I chose that accent. Like a Brumley accent? Brimley? Nope, I deserve that. Dodge as soon as you see the arm come up. Dodge when the mouth comes down for the spit. Dodge too late or too early. Actually, no, I need to beat this into me more. No, I guess not. Alright. I now think I have the pattern. You can see Wellington has poor pattern recognition. Or maybe not. Honor is being foisted back into my Pizza Palace, which is driven around by Marty McCheese. Alright, I know I can do this no hits. This will be our final try. I think we have learned enough where we're fine. And then we can go back to theorizing about the fact that President Shaq has sent a letter to us in order to presumably reunite us with our twin sister, because, you know, he's a nice guy like that, but it turns out that our sister has been sent to the Hitler factory to turn her into a mega zombie, and we have to save her from life in eternal damnation, because, you know, Canada did some dark things to defeat the bad guys in World War II, and now it's coming back to bite them. And, you know, in order to live in a safe world against the demon monsters, we have to make some concessions to the Galactic Empire. I think we actually did that one hitless. Alright, we learned. It only took us like 20 tries. Alright, so... grab our lore... No, but like, this truly does feel like the meme of sending the zombies from Hoy. And, like, I don't know how to feel about that, because, like, you know, you probably, like, there is the cult mod in Hearts of Iron, and, like, you know, in theory, we could do this. We could, you know, have a very bad time doing this, but you could do it. And that worries me very deeply and very greatly in my soul. Alright, I do want to do this. Cheating, you old bastard. Though I think we have enough, like, muscle memory built in, so we'll be fine for the other battle now. And whatever heroin we find, we'll be able to put to good use. I just hope we don't get any new enemy types for a little while, otherwise we're gonna be grossly underprepared for whatever comes. That's fine though, right? Right. So, like, so this is the thing that befuddles me, right? Where... in Silent Hill, a lot of this was driven by, like, the guilt we were feeling for, like, some perceived crime that was done. Like, this feels more like ritual sacrifice in order to defeat, like, a dark god or, like, prevent, like, the world from ending. So, like, much more Aztecian in, like, the raison d'etre in order to, like, justify, like, the crimes being committed upon the people in this poor Canadian town. And that both worries and fascinates me. However, we have our ammo, and we have our monster baby. Surgical tools, they don't appear to be in good condition. There you go, baby. That's not terrifying at all. Water switched off. So honestly, like, if you do penetrate into, like, a hell dimension, can't open it. And we presumably need something to help us along here, I guess? I'm uncertain. There's a chest now. Now with this, we can finally go into the main lobby. Now what I'm really hoping for, and this will tell me a lot about the game, is whether or not monsters respawn at this point. I will be very upsetty if the monsters respawn. No they do not. Perfect. I'm going to pretend that that lady didn't scream, because that would make me very sad. Examine. It's missing a socket. Where would I grab a socket from? So there's a speech thing there. There's the newborn room, which I never went into. Because I missed that room entirely both times. We'll take a look down here to see if, like, there's another lassie or something. No, still just the creepy baby. Did someone else get their eye ripped out? Like, are we gonna be twins? I don't see anything else going on. No more loot. That's what bugs me a bit about the game, is, like, I'm used to Resi logic when it comes to maps, where if you have, like, an area on a map like that highlighted red, that means there's still an item there. It's disturbing my lore senses. Alright, so that's locked from the other side. There's nothing downstairs I can think of that would need this. And the newborn room is locked. But it doesn't make sense to go back to the hell dimension for this, though. Because it didn't look like there was anything we can do. Oh, no, I'm just a fool. I picked up the sprocket many, many hours ago, and I'm just a goblin. Alright, you know what? I deserve that. Ah, alas, alas. Alright, so... For some reason, my gut is telling me that the people in the Photoshop things... are probably our parents. What is that, skit in, what do you call it? Not Resident Evil. Futurama. A vast emptiness. Shakes glass. Or is it Shakes beer bottle? Alright, so if I recall correctly, we came in here, and we walked this way, and then we got knocked out, or thereabouts. Locked from the other side. Take a look at the map. The map, it's a map, it's a map. That's locked. Out of service, out of service. Why do I have the distinct feeling one of them just mystically gonna come online later? I don't know how to play, but I know how to play the harp. Are we going to say Mr. Pater here? No, we are not going to see the father here. Sad. But we will dip back in here, because I want to check upstairs. So, we have hell being our... sort of secondary area here. I'm wondering if there's going to be a lab segment. Like, did they study, like, hell hops? Like, dimensional forays into hell as part of something? Resurrection? I mean, that would track, given the fact that this is a horror game, and the fact that the game's called Tormented Souls. It could just be... like, regular hell. Like, demons doing something just because it's demons. Though what worries me the most, though, is there's a lot of lack of power. And the fact that we can turn the generator off means that we're going to want to go through here without power for some reason. Alright, so we need to find a VHS. Yeah, this is definitely in the 90s. Oh, thank God, heroin. That is a fun thing about the game for me, is the idea where, like, you just see, like, the Schedule 1 drugs. You're like, oh, thank God I can finally inject myself. Truly, we should be playing Schedule 1 right now. Alright. Time to face a type of music. What? What does this mean? Hey, buddy. You have plenty of ammo, and I'm pretty sure they're... punishing us for not using it at this point. Alright. Grab the map, which we already did in this timeline. My brain is beginning to turn into goo. Especially given the fact we've gone through so many timelines. We'll pick up the gun again. Alright. Now that we learned how to fight properly, we can be a bit messier, I think. Jesus. Is there a special meaning for Jesus falling off of the cross? Not really into the, elements of prophecy, or, symbology, or what have you. In spite of us going through all of the Remedy games, and I figure we should have learned that well over there. Guess we need money. And I guess we're gonna actually get healed, which would be nice. Oh god. Freezer. What would we need to put in the freezer? And why is there still fruit here that looks semi-fresh? Okay, the kitchen leads to the warehouse where there's a computer. I'm gonna guess we need some sort of key that will allow us to go between the different sigils on the door to solve a puzzle. We can't go up those stairs because it's locked. We can go into the studio, though. I guess there's going to be a fight in the warehouse, so we'll look at that later. The 15th of December, 1994. Oh, God. Actually, how hot do you need a furnace to be in order to cremate someone? Because, like, I know, not moratoriums. Morgues? Not morgues either. Someone pulled a Dark Young? True. What are those things called? The crematoriums, which are part of the things... Mortuary. Alright, we won't save yet this time, because we've learned. Oh, thank God, shotgun. You shouldn't have come. Showing a heart. The figure seems familiar. Oh, it's the, it's the lady in the entry hall. I don't know why there's a heart inside of it. It's actually really disturbing when you think about it. I guess that is the kind of reassuring thing about the combat, or the dark. 500 to 100 C to consume bone over various time frames in open flame. Okay. So in theory, no, that's Fahrenheit. So you would be far below half of the needed temperature in order to do that. Which is fair. Be able to call it from this floor. Well, I say it's reassuring to know that our good friend, Mr. Ghost, not Mr. Ghost. It's, it is good to know that the game... I don't know when the enemies are going to get leg privileges. I'm actually quite worried when they do. We've barely just figured out to fight the handy-capable friends here. And the second we get any more complexity into this, I'm going to be worried that we're going to be far outclassed quite quickly. What are we trying to do with that poor naked marble woman with the crowbar? She has a heart in there. So we were trying to steal her heart. Which is the honorable thing to do. Oh, there's multiple in here. Oh, those are wheelchair guys. But they're no longer capable of, advanced things. So as any person with a video game should, you abuse the situation. Oh, thankfully this guy didn't know how to use stairs. So the guys in wheelchairs appear to have more health than the guys not in wheelchairs. And yeah, we just got 12 things there. Insert his metal rod into her. Listen, at least I didn't try putting the padlock on her. I feel that somehow that would have been more inappropriate, all things considered. We have nitric acid. Corrode metal over time. Ooh, I don't know if we have anything that we've seen that's purely metallic quite yet, other than the stuff we have in our inventory, which we don't want to blow up. Man, that's true. I was just going to shove the metal rod straight into the sternum. Which, you know, sometimes you gotta have a little bit of a force in the sternum to wake yourself up in the day. I didn't realize we could have accessed this door otherwise. Now we're in the chapel again. Right, we're here. So now we can access the closet. An iron door knocker shaped like a hand holding a ball. I guess that's Faragoka. Oh, we're actually opening up areas. This is happy days. Okay. We need a battery. We haven't found a battery yet. We got 1 nail from that. Yeah, the game is definitely punishing us for not using our ammo. Okay. So we've been in here, we need an ammo disc. We have been in the closet, we need a battery. Kitchen's clear. Studio is what indicated the thing to us. This area is what spooks me. Because we're actually very limited in what we're able to do because the lights are off. Who made this game? That's a great question. Let's look at the Steam page real quick, because I do need to take a water break. It was made by Dual Effect and Abstract Digital. Dual Effect apparently is involved in Class of Heroes 3, a classic school-based 3D dungeon crawling RPG. Sincere Memories. Is it wrong to try to shoot him up girls in a dungeon? I'm gonna guess they worked on this minimally. What's the other company that did this? Abstract Digital. Abstract Digital probably did the bulk of the work on this, because they have a variety of horror games more on their list. Tormented Souls, which is what we're playing, and they have... We'll see who's making Tormented Souls 2. They're making something called Astral Rot, which will be announced, which is a fixed camera survival horror sci-fi by the co-creators of Tormented Souls, who plays Alder, space mining engineer. So it's going to be not... We're playing not Resident Evil right now, and they're making not Dead Space. Who's making Tortured Souls 2? Not my cute succubus. Torture. Am I spelling torture wrong? Oh, it's Tormented Souls. Tormented Souls is purely being made by Dual Effect. Okay. Fair enough. Alright, I'm gonna blow that up. Go back to library. But yeah, I do need to take a bio break because it is that time of reality now. And I will probably be activating my melatonin soon, so the stream will get an order more unhinged as I slowly descend into the part of the cards. But I will be back. Alright, I am back. I haven't activated my melatonin yet, though my my heart will soon decide upon the time. I really want to know what this Jesus thing is about. INRI. What does INRI stand for in Latin? Actually, you know what? I have the power of the internet. So if I go to the handy dandy Google-san and I look up INRI, Latin, in the context of Christian tradition, the letters INRI are the Latin abbreviation for Iesa, Isus Nazarenus Rex Luderorum, which translate to Jesus the Nazarene, King of the Jews. Okay. I guess that makes sense why you would have that for Jesus. Though that doesn't answer what we should be doing here. So, if we go to the archives, which we can't access, instead we're gonna go into the studio and not be cowards. Though we will have to avoid fighting because we can't fight in the dark. Also, Alpha, this is why we went to take a crowbar at the lady, because this is the same kind of layout of the statue, and there is a heart in there, which I assume is actually just an item. So there's probably something we're going to need from there. Walk from the other side. We go down into laundry. Oh. Okay. We can't go that way quite yet. And that's how we fight. Okay. That makes sense. Though I would rather not fight when we barely have any light in the area. Okay, that at least makes more sense, even if it makes my heart hurt. We went down here. I hear it very loudly, but it might still be down the hall. Yeah, definitely still down the hall. Oh, can you use the stairs now? You can use these stairs. Okay. Center my breathing, because I'm a big scaredy cat right now. We'll try and take him down. Jesus. The timing's a lot tighter on this guy than it is compared to the other guy, which is unfortunate. Basically, as soon as you finish hitting, you need to go. Though that is interesting, that we were a-okay the first time with our kind of hitting tactic, which makes me wonder if I was correct in my assertion that you can actually, like, time, like, knocking them down. I kind of suspect we could look at a guide for it. I want to wait a little bit longer before I do that, because that feels a little bit dirty. For no reason I have to... Okay, nope, no, 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 no. For no reason, I might add. Which is always interesting to feel like, or to kind of identify, like, what feels weird and what doesn't feel weird for people. Like, I guess in a sense, like, people who don't feel comfortable, like, overstating things. This is probably going to the hell dimension. Or, like, people who are uncomfortable, like, using connections to get work, let's say. Even though that is the optimal way to do things. I don't know. It's an interesting thought. Or concept. We have a pipe of sulfur. Oh, it's a shotgun part. Oh, it's gonna be a pipe shotgun. No. Oh. Okay. I want to be in the more practical outfit now, so please let me be in the more practical outfit. Change clothes. Iron door knocker. I mean, that kind of looks like it could go here. I'm wondering if, like, what would go well with the statuette made in here? Because it's something that would break through her heart. Not the nitric acid, which doesn't make sense. What worries me, though, is the padlock is still an item. Doesn't fit there. We can't use that for anything. That still won't break her. I guess we'll go back upstairs then. That is true, we definitely look more like Nancy now. Sculpture of an angel comforting her grieving sister. Like, what is, like, the satanic benefit of, like, doing whatever the hell is going on in this world? Because, like, we're living in a world where presumably they were sacrificing people to appease a demon. But specifically twins. Definitely don't trust that. So we have the meeting room, and then we have the sewing room. I don't trust that way, and there's an office over there. Honestly, oh. I don't know what to do with that. I'm guessing that's an indication don't go this way until you've turned the lights on in the area. Which, you know, is fine. Morphine. Can't open it. And that is going to... exit out here. I tried looking at this way. So that's the library. Library is where we're going to go. We can't get into the bedroom, which we'd see to go that way. I don't trust the corridor because Knights shaking their arm like that kind of indicates that it's going to come down on us. Like, that's very obviously going to come down on us, and I don't want to have to fight through all that junk again, so we're going to ignore that area entirely. How do we turn the power back on? Or turn the power more on? like we're having puzzles increase. So like this is like the proper Resident Evil experience. I would actually argue this is better than the Resident Evil experience, for one at least, because like the puzzles were relatively understandable. Where like, okay, you have these key, with this key you address this set of doors. Here, the puzzles are expanding at a geometric rate to kind of have us trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Which I really do appreciate. Because it's forcing us having to, like, think about what's going on. And, like, understand where everything is relative to everything else. So, like, the Hell Dimension, for example, we have a door. Actually, now that I think about it, we can go. That is where we need to go, because it has a bunch of metallic parts that aren't properly... I don't want to say sealed. But it has a bunch of metallic parts that are having a really rough time of it. And we now have the resources to melt metal. We still have no idea, though, about what we need to do in order to get down. Actually, now that I think about it, we're probably not even going to go through to the other side in the Hell Dimension. I think what's going to happen is us melting that gears will melt the table in the real world, which will allow us to actually go about. So I do that, nothing happens. Alright. Examine. Corrode metal over time. Okay. I need to force it somehow. You know what they say about the best laid plans of mice and men, right? Right. I have no idea where we need to go then. The only thing I could kind of think of is we need to have more juice going to the... Oh god. Oh! We Frankenstein monstered her. Oh god, that means we're going to have to fight her, probably. Oh, that is what makes my heart just die when it comes to games like this. Thank you for the follow, not really, Sarah. But, like... I think we had this happen a couple of times in not Resident Evil, Silent Hill 2, where we inadvertently created monsters of our own oblivion. I want to see if the priest has anything different to say. Like, in games like this, I always take solace in the fact that we have people who are among the living that we can kind of talk to, even if it is just a repetitive text line. You don't trust the priest? Perfectly understandable, but the priest is currently my spirit animal. Kitty has lost God. I don't... Okay, so, like, I'm going to go Alan Wake / Stephen King writer rules. We have an alcoholic priest No. If the priest is a flawed alcoholic priest, he's safe. And look at that nose. I want you to look at this nose and tell me that the father has not gotten into the church wine basket very aggressively. This tells me he is the good guy narratively.
You may find what you're looking for in the library.
How can I find the library?
It's on the second floor of the east wing. Take the stairs in the main hall. Oh, you'll need to unlock the door in the waiting room.
Thank you. Take care, Father.
I need to unlock the door in the waiting room. I do feel that. The combat is less forgiving than I expected. And I think... the waiting room. Where's the waiting room? Newborn room, maternity ward. You get fake friend from him? Understandable. I disagree, but understandable. And I think the priest is getting the warm fuzzies as well. Alright. You can't trust a single one. Damn. Alright, we have one save slot. I don't want to use it yet. That's the other reason why I want to go cavort with the priest. Been mutilated. What the hell is going on here? Alright. Let's take a look at the map. We have this door, which we don't have the resources for yet. I was a coward in going through here. I don't think the public restroom is accessible. So I think what I do need to do is take advantage of the fact that we have a save and die. Because there are a couple areas we need to determine whether or not we're safe or not. And go from there. What do you mean we're ignoring the priest's advice? He said go to the library. The library we know where it is, which is here. We cannot access the library except through the dining hall room door. Which we can't get to quite yet. So we're going to have to figure out how to turn on the lights on the second floor and then go from there. We're going to go to the chapel and save, though. You know, I will say this. I have played a lot of Honey, We Have Resident Evils at Home. I think this is, like, I've been here for, like, 3 hours now. I think this one, the developers actually understood the writing, like, they understood the task. Which, I am deeply impressed. I don't know what purpose there is for pointing around the map, but it does help when you're streaming, so you can point things out. Alright, it is time for us to die. Or at least try and figure out what's going on, because we can't light that up. I saw Mr. Man over here. Because there's no candles there. Where is Mr. Man? Why are you all-knowing? You have me very worried here. There's Mr. Man. Alright, buddy, what's your deal? I'm pretty sure... If I were to guess... I would guess this is an insta-kill. Do I even want to go this way? I went through the door. We'll go to the shower room and the laundry. No, this guy is trustworthy? I mean, you really know what this guy's about. I can't dodge. Alright, let's see what happens. Alright, it's not an insta-kill, but that is a fuck off. Alright. So we cannot go through that area, which means we'll have to get... We'll need to get the lights on before we can traverse that area. Which means the only other area we can go now is the Knights. What do you mean, coward? We are Nancy Drew, who, after eating the heart of Natsuki Subaru, managed to acquire the power of Return by Death somehow, and we're utilizing our powers in order to, you know, exist. I am very deeply curious on what is going to go on here, because like this area strikes me as a lab, like a holy lab, and that's totally not because this area is 100% like coded, as if it is from the. I'm not gonna pick that up for now because I'm very confident the game punishes us if we have a lot of nails in our inventory. A holy lab, like the sort of an evil priest would use. Alright. Alright, kitty, calm down. We have, we don't know if this guy... this could be, like, parallel research groups, right? It could be, like, DARPA working with the CIA, so it could be the Vatican CIA, and this guy is just an alcoholic Protestant. We don't know if this is a Catholic hospital. We don't know what they do here, did here. Alright. That, I fully expected to kill us. It's a Mormon hospital? If we just stand here, do we die? Because I would totally just have me die if I just stood here long enough. No, it is safe. True. They know I'm such a Chad. However, now that the lights are on, I am no longer afeared of you, foul beast. Alright, now this is just cruel. Alright, now we are officially the bad guys, and we have beat up a person of the handicapable nature. I don't regret it, though. I do not regret any decision made here. Alright, we don't know what's going on in the library, so we shall see what be. More nails, we'll avoid that for now. A stethoscope! Oh! The stethoscope which we could use to listen to the heartbeat of the angel statue. Oh my good god. The doctor just left. He says I must eat, but without feeling of hunger, it is challenging. William... Alright, no, I need to be huskier because Maria. Actually, no, I need to be... What do I need to be? Hello, Blobber and friends. Welcome back. We're playing... Honey, we have Resident Evil at home. And... You know? This is actually probably the best Resident Evil spiritual successor that I have played. Like, this is legitimately good. I am sorry to hear Bike Mice from Mars for the DS was terrible, though. DS games, I feel, are hit and miss. There's one where you're on an alien colony fighting aliens in a Metroidvania style that I really want to play. Actually, you might like that one, Blobber. If you kind of like the Metroidvania likes. I'll see if I can figure up the name and, kick it your way. I've beaten Crow Country, and will stream it at some point, and a friend of mine had recommended Alyssa to me. I played the first bit. It's bonkerdoodles, and we will have that on stream at some point. We'll probably like shoehorn a lot of this in next month going into October. Yeah, the Crow Country is very good. Oh, Blobber, no! The doctor left. He says I must eat, but without the feeling of hunger, it is challenging. William is having additional difficulties at work. Some patients are not happy with his performance. They're even considering suing the hospital. William tells me nothing, and it is from the gossip around the house that I hear these things. I know he doesn't want me to worry. Of course, this makes me feel the distance between us more. I cannot stand the silence, and I know William does not speak to me because he does not know what to do or say. I need to get better. I must. For him. The sun enters the room in beams. I can see the dust particles floating around my face, unbothered. I will let the sun caress my face for a while. Oh boy. That totally isn't concerning at all. And kind of speaks to the other article we heard earlier with her husband, William. Which kind of indicated that he did. Alright, but now we are in the sewing room. We cannot get into the office. Why could we not go down this way? I've had quite enough of them. Ah, one day, reality won't betray you when it comes to goofy DS games. I did look up, actually, on the note of that. See, it bugs me that you can turn off the lights. That tells me that there's going to be a reason we want to turn off the lights, but I don't understand what it could be. I looked up Mr. Bean. I looked up Mr. Bean and the Bean Kingdom. And, you wanna know what I learned? What I learned is that it is the single worst DS game known to man. According to some people. Yeah, Mr. Bean's Torture Chamber. I was expecting it to be a 2D platformer on the DS. No, they kept to their guns and they made it 3. Oh, good God. They made it 3D. Oh, there's like little demons on the wall there. Yeah, it's meant to be like an eagle over a thing, but it's actually the demon man. I have not played Signalis. It is also on the list of games to play. Yep, they just ported the whole kid and caboodle to it. Well, I know you played it on the Wii. I can imagine it was rough on the... What does that tell me? So 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1. So 13, 11 or 13, 2? 13, 2. Did we have a code door that we can access? Yeah, currently, like, because it's October, I will probably, or probably like mid-September, I will slow down on our long play, which is the Paradox mega campaign going from CK3 to Vicky 3 at the very least. We'll probably have finished. I mean, it's October enough. It's August, known as October. August ends tomorrow, man. Calm down. Man. Almost like y'all don't want horror games. You would much rather me suffer in having C-Fusion or others spend their channel points to commit acts of God of summoning the bear, the synthetics. Totally. Yeah, the CK3 long play is done. Most likely, because we have hit a cataclysmic crash on a certain day because of an event. Because someone's presumably traveling, and I don't know what to do. Unless we're able to fix that, we're done with CK3 for the time being. Ooh, heroin. And indeed, after October is Christmas, and we will have the Cage Mat Spectacular, where I'll go through all of the David Cage games. And probably cry myself to sleep. I have an autosave at the beginning of the year, Baz, but like, I dropped the error log because Kitty offered to look at it. There is a event that happens involving I'm assuming some dude traveling around, which is causing the game to crash. And I don't know how to resolve it. So in the meantime, CK3 is paused, and, you know, if it's not... I don't know if I'm going to try and go straight into EU4, or think about it a week and then go from there. See what happens if the girl isn't beaten to death. Yeah, that would be certainly a different arc for her. I know what Small Child arc is in the video game known as David Cage Spectacular Mayhem Duty Show of Madness. Words are words. And oh boy, what I can tell you is she's certainly not dead. I mean, I won't let her die in the first act. That log is full of 1 million copies of that same error. Oh, well. This is why I don't like Paradox crash reports, because, like, they're less than helpful. What do I do? We have duh. Duh, duh, duh. 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 We don't have access to that, which really tells me we need to go onto this floor. Which I guess I didn't fully explore the second floor. So it shouldn't be a pill quite yet. But it's duh. Duh, duh, duh. 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 Which is 1311 or 132. 1311 or 132. Alright. I'm going to avoid repeating words into oblivion so I don't drive myself batty, though I am slightly so. What are you? Oh! You have a piece! 1311 or 13:2. One of those. Only those who know the beating heart of John Gibson's creation may enter. We had a Morse code thing earlier that was either ST, which I'm assuming stands for an STD, or not combined. Or it was S. Oh. Dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun. Alright, I was not expecting that to be... Video game, why? Well, we have plenty of heroin. And we're actually getting more saving things now. We'll take a peep at what the opponent is, and then we'll run away because we're a bunch of cowards. What's the map say? We are on this floor. Library is big.
These girls are the same twins as those in the photo. The ones that will awaken the devil are ready for their operation.
Oh yeah, also we're playing as Nancy Drew.
It seems like the girls are being prepared for some kind of surgical procedure. If I don't find them soon, something terrible might happen. The plaque says Anna and Emma.
You know what? I need to look this up. Is she actually Nancy Drew? Alright, we're playing Tormented Souls, IMDb. Video game 2021. So the voice actress for Carolyn Walker is JT. JT has only ever voiced in this game, never mind. Okay. I refuse to believe this. No, this is not Lonnie Manella. I would recognize it. Grok, she Nancy Drew. She's legally distinct Nancy Drew. That is my new theory.
The plaques.
It's like if you de-age them. Nancy Drew has never said sorry. Oh god. Tragedy news. Tragedy news? A terrible event has happened inside the Wildeburg mansion, now converted into Wildeburg Hospital. During yesterday's afternoon, personnel of the place informed the disappearance of Dr. William Wildberger's daughters, Anna and Emma Wildberger. The police have tried to interrogate the mother, Maria Morissetti, but according to the doctor, she's isolated in medically induced coma. The reason behind this is the unknown illness that the woman is suffering at the moment. The father of the girls is currently traveling while this coverage is being written. Search crews continue to work by searching the area near the mansion. Our sources have informed us that frogmen are on the way to help us search the beach. I mean, Nancy's VA is like one of the most powerful people in the world. And as such, we should understand we should never underestimate them. Also, these kids disappeared like 30 years ago, assuming this is like 1994. I don't think we have an indication of what year this is in. We know the hospital. No, I suspect we're the daughter. We're one of the daughters. Because, like, we got this picture at the beginning of the game, which is the same girls. You think you can just abandon us here? So either somehow we're the mother, or we're one of the girls. Which would be logical. Because we're about the right age. If you age us up 24 years. But I don't know if we know when the game takes place is the only issue. I am an expert on lore, Alpha. I'm something of an Oh, I thought the monster was coming. I'm something of an expert, don't you know? And the priest is our dad in disguise. True. No power. Oh, and that's what we need the battery for. So if you grab this, there's no battery there. See, you see, like, I should have done something else. Yep. I was right, they would do that. Alright. So, we're in a dangerous land where Wellington is vindicated for his knowledge of reality. Oh, fuck. It is not a timing puzzle. It is, we're going to blow up the wheelchair man puzzle. Actually, it probably is just a timing puzzle, but I'm too worried about needing to take our heroin before we do anything else quite yet. Alright, so now... Did anyone just hear, like, the sulfurous dog howling into the moon here? Because I sure did. I'm gonna guess there's a monster on the upper level that I nearly activated by running about. There it is, yeah. Alright, so, in this scene right here, can I point with my mouse? No, I can't. So you see how at the top of left of the screen, or like the top left third, there's like that kind of lion tiger thing? Immediately to the left of that, there's like a thing moving there, so there's a monster there. Oh. Can't fool me, video game. Alright, we're at 13, and if I'm correct, that should give us 10. 12. Alright, so I think we should only pick up the nails when we're below 20, is my guess. What does Shaq think? Shaq is our control. So he's like that lady from Metal Gear Solid. Or that Hunnigan from Resident Evil 4. And possibly 6. Is that bro sausage? Okay, no, that's barbecue sauce, not bro sauce. That would have changed the context gravely. Grammatically. Gravenly. 15 January 1969. After the tragic death of Father Francisco, my father was transferred to town to take over his position. He is staying with us at the mansion. I'm sure William's father is happy to have him here. They still have an unfinished chess match. I enjoy his company, even if William and him never get along. At least, he did not deny him a greeting, even a cold one, which my father received with a resigned smile after William appeared in the door. Alright, so... her father whipped her for sin reasons that I'm sure we'll have elaborated upon. Oh! Hey there, Padre! Who I'm beginning to suspect is actually a surprise villain and is Grandpa. Which would explain the alcoholism, all things considered. Hey, Padre.
Ah, we meet again.
Father, what are you doing here?
Don't you see, child? I am eating some soup. God feeds my spirit, but I have to take care of my body. Oh my, what is this doing in my soup? Get rid of this thing, would you?
I found some information about the twins. I think someone means to perform surgery on them.
I see. There is an operating room on the West Wing. Who would do such a thing?
I don't know, but I'm going to find out.
A partial thread bolt made of steel. The hell am I going to use that for?
You said that operating room is on the west wing of the mansion, right?
That's right, the operating room is on the West Wing, on the second floor. But to get there, you will need to restore the power to the electric lock that's on the door that connects that area.
I'll see what I can do. Thank you, Father.
God be with you, my child.
Honestly, wouldn't you be lured, kitty? I mean, come on. Soup? Good soup? There's truly nothing more seductive to man, woman, and flying spaghetti monster than a seductively tasty soup. Because it's such a rare thing to find. We don't know that. I mean, look at it. It looks like a nice potato leek soup. Got some celery in there, maybe some mushroom. This is good. Theoretically. It's probably 60-year-old soup. Hey, that soup fought the Nazis. Are you really gonna throw the soup under the bus after what it did to save the world? That soup killed Fitty Man. He is a red herring. Oh yeah, no, definitely, I do not think the priest is going to be the bad guy. Worst comes to worst, he's a surprise bad guy, which, fine. We cannot look at his pecker. We can go in here though, which I shouldn't do because he's a herring. The opposite of a red herring. Now, what's the opposite of red according to color theory, though? It would be that herring. Because it's RGB. There's, like, no true opposite of red. Because it's like a continuum of shape and sound. We also don't have a map for the western second floor. Which I'm hoping we're getting here. Allegedly. Oh, no. Please don't. No. Don't do that. That's really bad. Oh, but we have to do it. That's bad. Cyan. It's a cyan herring. Although, I guess if you want to take it in absolutist terms, is like herring a cheap cut of fish? Because then it would be... I agree. It would be a cyan, like, New Zealand salmon or something like that. Okay, please don't tell me this is what we have to do, because, like, using a bolt like that is actually very naughty for, like, electrical stuff. We have 3 tapes. I don't want to use any yet. We need a thing for there. We need a thing for there. Yeah, I mean... This actually might be a good thing to use this, because this means, like, the building might burn down. Wait. No, I know, Alpha. It's not that I'm expecting it to fail. The issue is I'm expecting it to cause the building to burn down, which actually probably isn't a bad thing. Reception. So we can only go into the West Wing hallway or into room 2E. I don't know if that's Wheelchair Man or other guy. I'm pretty sure that's Wheelchair Man. If it's Wheelchair Man, I haven't gotten the pattern for him down yet. Which means we'll be using the nail gun. It is the Wheelchair Man. Our friend and fated foe. Actually, Alpha, why do I think you're a physics researcher in Japan? I've never... Is that true? Okay. I did remember correctly. What is your area of study? Because there's a surprising number of physicists in the greater Jacosphere. Greater Jake Prosperity Sphere. Alright, so we're gonna have to pass the bolt around, that's why it's like that. So we're gonna need to go to the ground floor. You may be a precog? Damn. It may not be outside as oxide. Not all oxide is conductive. No! Please don't close the door on me. We'll have to go down and see what happens. What's another break room? I have many a topic. Chaos theory. I actually have no idea other than like being like effectively a math studier, what you would do for chaos theory research. Granted, I always found thermo as like my part that made my heart go doki doki. As much as thermo hated me. Ugh. Researchers find a way. True. Alright. So we're in caution. I do feel the need to save. We will take some heroin. Oh, God. We will save. Because we're at full health.
What is going on here? This place is infested with nightmarish creatures. I need to be strong. I can't quit now. I've discovered that a surgical procedure is to be performed on 2 twin girls. I hope I can get to the operating room in time. There's something dark going on, something grim.
Yeah, I ask because I'm always curious about people who are in the... They had a freaky oil painting. Well, I mean, like... What is it? Well, there's like a game... It's like Fallout 4, right? Where Fallout 4 is about, like, you think everything's happening now. But everything actually happened, like, 40 years ago. Which, if this game takes place in 2020, it all happened, like, 40 years ago. Even if it happens in the 90s. It happened 24 years ago, or, like, 14 years ago, or something like that. Which is then, like, you know, the cause for concern here. But I need to do the thing. So we need super key to go in there, which means we need to go into the elevator. So we go to the first floor. Da, 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 da. There can be the future. Oh, right, and that's what we need this for. Oh, that is incredibly silly. Oh my god. This is the ghettoest solution to any puzzle I've seen a game do. That's amazing. if the elevator won't if you can't call the elevator on that floor, just force the door open. Oh my god. Ugh. I mean the overall plot. Yeah, I mean like your raison d'etre, your MacGuffin, if you will, is the rescuing of your son. Apologies to anyone who hasn't played Fallout 4 yet, but is a video game a video game? Alright, so we turn that off because we would blow up if we touched it otherwise. And I'm worried we're actually going to need this as like a mechanic going forward in general. I mean, that should be fine. However, I need to address what we have on our self. 10 years, the statute of limitations have passed. I guess that's fair. Oh god, it's been 10 years. God, I was still an undergrad when Fallout 4 came out. Probably an improvement. I really wish it was more goofy. Right, then we go in. No. Right. Honestly, I will say that's a pretty ingenious way to do a puzzle like that. I am actually very impressed. Alright, turn it off to make sure we don't blow ourselves up. Activate the door to the operation area. Did that really just activate both locks as well? Oh, it did. We'll grab these. Gave us 3. I really don't know what the nail logic is. I wish I did. I mean, I really enjoyed going through Fallout 4 in a spiritual sense when I was playing the game heavily modded. You know what? I deserve that. I know exactly what I should have done. I hate it when games kind of break the logic of the enemies you're fighting, where it's just like suddenly they have an insta attack. Like, haha, you're gonna suffer because we now have unlimited fighting ability for one move. Though, I suppose that's just me being complainy. Disinfectation room, disinfection room, observation room, operating room, anesthesia room, and the dressing room. We'll go to the dressing room first because that means we can go where we need to go. Fire interview news. Thank you for allowing us to interview Director Beltram Wildberger. We are aware that this is a particularly delicate moment for you and the people of Winter Lake. Do you have any information about how the fire began? Experts are working hard to find the answer. Unfortunately, we're still waiting to discover the cause. What will happen now that the hospital is completely lost? As director of the hospital and someone grateful for everything life has given me, I am currently working on accommodating the hospital's needs within my mansion. Oh, okay, never mind. This is past hospital rather than past hospital. At least until we manage to construct a new hospital building. I've also spoken to kind donators who will be providing equipment and furniture. How generous of you, Director. I'm merely God's servant. I exist to do his will. Alright, then we go through. What am I even looking at there? You know what? I don't even want to think about what that enemy is. We're just going to go on through. I said we're just going to go on through. Okay. So the dressing room actually scares the ever-loving bejesus out of me. Do we fight the man? I think we have to fight the man, even though it bugs me. Hey, Mr. Man. Oh, you're quite fast. Oh! The game does reward you for clever play. Thank you, video game. Okay, well, we have disinfecting room, anesthesia room. And we'll go from there. I don't think any of these creatures are alive, if we're going to be honest. There is a presumption that there is cavorting with Satan going on, that is allowing things that should not be to occur. Honestly, a lot of the games of the spooky nature we've been playing recently are all about how you use the power of some ancient magic or sinful magic to resurrect someone who is dead or damned. Because it's the same thing in the Clock Tower game. 'Tis legends around the magical blood that courses through the veins of twins, allowing them to communicate with each other by thought alone. Some even claim that brothers and sisters could appear next to each other in seconds across incredible distances. It is not surprising that the first explorers to arrive on the island called such gifted younglings witch children. Unfortunately, they seldom survive 10 or 11, some as once chosen for sacrifice. However, the most striking tale is that of the nights when no moon was in the sky, the nights when the little twins would be sacrificed. The children would dance, torch in hand, around the tribe's deceased, while the remaining tribesmen extinguished their torches. With this ritual, the dead would walk the earth again, at least for one night. I guess it is a lot more of horror than I would have otherwise expected. It's like... Can I go in here? I don't want to go in. Oh, no, I didn't want to go in here yet. No. Oh? This is much less scary than I thought it would be. This is the blood of the chosen twins. I think all From Software horror games were bringing back lovers. From Software made horror games? Aren't they the people who made Dark Souls? Oh, hey, it's a tyrant. I know a tyrant when I see one. I didn't realize they made, horror games. It's actually kind of cool. I've not played Cookies and Cream. I also don't want to turn off the lights and activate the tyrant. Okay, so we have that. So we're in the observation room again. I wonder if there's any, like, other monsters here. We fought 2. I don't think there'd be another. I'd be surprised if there was another, yeah. Especially if we're about to fight a tyrant. What in the hell? Hey, father. Oh! There's an old horror game that From Software made called Kuon. I've always wanted to play it, but I've heard it's difficult. Or illegally not Yu-Gi-Oh, but as a girl, Lost Kingdom 1 and 2. Alright, so let's look at the stream tab. Alright, so we have Lost Kingdom 1. We have Kuon. Well, that looks spooky. Oh, it's also 57% on Metacritic. What other games have From Software made? We shall go to Wikipedia. I thought you were making a bit there, Blubber. Like, what is Cookies and Creamy? They made Armored Core? Oh my god. Thought I saw a venticle there. The Adventures of Cookie and Cream. It is a bunny and what appears to be a beaver. It is a DS game as well. Story and verses. Story mode, 1 or 2 players can guide Cookie and Cream to a goal before time runs out. That is such a saccharine game that I never would have assumed it came from Software. That's actually kind of terrifying. And yes, I am stalling. Like, what does this mean? What room are we observing right now? The observation room goes... Oh. So this is what the room looks like when it's dark, is what I suspect. And we have heard stories about this previously. So... Am I correct in my assumption that you get screwed? No, that gave me 8. I think it's randomized.
Father, what's going on here? Why is that weird man walking around the operating table with that weird chandelier in his hands?
What are you talking about, child? I don't see anything.
You don't see the man on the other side of the glass?
My child, this place is giving you hallucinations. You must rest.
I don't know what's real or what is a product of my imagination, Father.
Let me tell you a story. Hundreds of years ago, this island was inhabited by a tribe. One night, the moon could not be seen in the night sky, and the world was plunged into darkness. The shaman of the tribe, those with special blood, danced around their dead, willing their bodies to rise and walk the earth once more.
That sounds terrifying.
Hundreds of years. The ship.
That's
So there... I am... Okay, so my assertion was correct. Where basically these guys are attempting to resurrect the rituals of the tribe that used to be here previously in order to activate their loved ones, which is novel. I guess I don't know why I expected I could do more than one bullet in a thing. Well, he's got the gaslighting part of being a priest down. Damn. Alright, disinfection room. We've been in the disinfection room. I don't want to go into the operating room quite yet. We'll go into the dressing room. We'll take a gander in there. Oh, Jesus. Oh, that scared that spooked me. We can't leave now, go back? What do you mean, Alpha? Where do you want me to go back to? Here, I'll leave the map open. So, we were in the observation room, observing the operating room. This infection room has nothing. The anesthesia room has nothing. This room we need light on or we can't fight. We can only run. Stop stalling. Alright. I'm jealous. Why is it delicious, Alpha? Ask yourself what would Shaq do? That's true. I have my spirit animal, Mr. President, here. Mr. President. What should we do? Why are we running away? I'm going to go save. I'm going to take my melatonin. I am going to save, even though we just recently saved. And we're going to do the boss battle. Send in the CIA. I would love to send in the Ceylon Intelligence Agency, but unfortunately we're the only operative in the area. Alright. Hello, melatonin. Dream's about to get into the goofy mode. Honestly, I think I will recommend this game to Jake for October. I think this is actually a good game. And it's been a while since we've had proper good spooks. Poisoning their kids how? Blobber. Like, were they giving them like 40 grams of like melatonin? Oh yeah, no. I know the power of understating is what's needed with Jake. Okay. Parents are goofy. No, basically what I'm going to say is, hello Jake, I recommend this horror game because it reminds me very much of the Resident Evil 1 remaster. And probably leave it at that. Alright. We will save here. Oh god, we have been going for 9 hours and 20 minutes. Oh, I forgot President Shaq is still big. God damn it. Alright, we will deactivate President Shack. Yeah, I would not give melatonin to children. I think that's a bit goofy. Like, how much melatonin do you need in order to overdose? Like, what is a melatonin overdose? Nightmares. Ooh. So it's like, what's that medicine you take? I mean, I agree. I understand the sentiment, but I do think that's like lazy parenting. Like, this is coming from someone who probably could have benefited from melatonin when they were a kid. Is my suspicion correct? No, I thought we were going to have a tyrant made. Oh, God. Interesting. What happens if we go to the operating observation area now? I mean, presumably the kids would be fine based off of what the article said real quick. No. So, turning off the lights doesn't trigger what I thought it would trigger. Do we have to go in and out of the room? That is also possible. No. What other machinations do we have here available? Nothing. We could try hitting the corpse. Maybe mean the tyrant. We'll try hitting that guy. That is ineffective. Alright, come on, tyrant. No! This is kind of baffling. Well, I saved. We need to see what happens when we're in the dark. If we're in the dark, we begin disassociating, and... we're taken to the Shadow Realm, Yugi boy. Alright, let's take another gander at the resources we have available and where we can go. So, we have the dressing room, which I am being a coward and avoiding because we can't combat things in there. So I guess we'll take a look at there first, because it's the only area we haven't actually looked at in depth. Hey friend. And I guess this is as good of a time as any, since we just saved, to figure out what the attack patterns are on our new friend here. Hey, buddy. You wanna... There we go. It's another one of those enemies where base... Oh, good god. As soon as you attack, you want to dodge. Or not. Could I have done that fight better? Probably. But we'll accept our expenditures for now. Now I don't know what to do. Alright, so what I should probably do is we've activated that region, which means we can remove the bolt. And see what happens. So... the ritual requires us to have... What do you call it? Night. A moonless night in order to summon the souls of the dead. For one night, which presumably consume the bodies of the twins. And if that is true, I don't know what to do. I also don't mean the rhyme. Alright, well, need to get into the archives to get into the area there. I suspect there's going to be some spookums in here now because we've deactivated the power of light. Or at least I suspect the lights will be off because we've deactivated... No! Lights are still on! Wait, then what's the entire point of the bolt? Because I figured that would be powering lights this entire area. Curiouser and curiouser. We don't have anything to look at under the microscope at this time. We have some more of our beloved heroin. I don't know what else to do. Already gone into the dressing room. We'll see if the observation room has changed at all. See if Padre's still there. He is, and the ritual is still going on. If that is true, and B is true, maybe the operating room's different. No, the operating room's still the same. We turn off the lights. Nothing changes. The body doesn't activate. I don't think I looked at the blood writing. Could be related to that. No. Fascinating. Maybe... No, leaving that light off doesn't do anything either. Maybe there's another puzzle we have to do, or maybe we have to figure out how to get to the hell dimension. So we can't go that way anymore, which is fine. I guess I have been streaming for 9.5 hours. It is 9 AM now. Alright. I suppose we'll call it here. I'll spend some time ruminating on what to do and, you know, come back fresher. I don't know, so I guess I will say for the VOD watchers, Thank you for joining. I will cut the recording here.